Good evening, ladies, Jennifers, and my lovely NBs. We are here live in Montana for the season premiere of the FBA. My name is Marcus Bailey, and to my right is Ryan Eastman. How are you doing, my dude?
Doing excellent, Marcus. Glad to be back. We have another season starting off here tonight. First game of the year, traditionally, Howlereen. It's going to be a great showing. Tonight we have the Montana Howlers facing off against the Baltimore Spirits. A perfect, I would say, Halloween night matchup.
Yeah, very, very fitting between the names of the two teams. And especially when it comes to the Spirits, who are very much different compared to last year, bringing some pretty big additions to their squadron to retool. One of them being, of course, the burner Turner, Jake, coming in as the starting center. Meanwhile, Dennis Summer is going to come in as their starting point guard.
Yeah, and I mean, we talk about the offseason, the trade, sign and trade of Eliza May DuPont. Baltimore getting a bit of a new look in the starting rotation. Whereas we jump on over to the Howlers, obviously the retiring of St. Croix, going to be very heavily missed on that team, but they've been preparing for it, at least in the mindset of Crosby Sutter's retiring, but he's gone over to Williamsburg now. So we're going to see some new, fresher faces in the starting lineup for Montana as well, but of course they're still anchored by their veterans, Williamson and Lavoy Williams. So keep an eye on that. I think it's gonna be a great game here tonight. Any final thoughts before we head down to the court?
Yeah, all I gotta say is I'm very excited to see things get started here as both teams are preparing to start this off. So yeah, we're gonna go ahead and get things started between these two teams, and the Howlers are able to win the first tip-off as Williamson with the rock. Going along the line. Try not to play development. He does get a screen, goes for the pop, and it's not going to be good this time as Turner gets the rebound. No, Summers trying to get into the paint, go for the all black, but gets fouled on the way up by Roth. That'll be their first personal as Dennis will go on the line for two.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to get used to seeing Turner in something other than the green. You know, he's been with the Taproots for so long.
Yeah, for sure. And now he's kind of been a little bit, kind of going into a bit of the journeyman stage of his career. I mean, he's been such an impactful player throughout his history. As Blackburn tries to go up for a layup, but gets fouled on the way up by Turner. So they'll go on the line for two.
Well, Turner trying to add a ring. Obviously, he won one in Plymouth. Trying to, I guess. I felt like the writing was on the wall with Plymouth with their decision to draft a center in the first round last year. You know, they were starting to plan for Jake Turner's eventual leaving, so maybe Turner decided to take his talents somewhere that he felt could be the final push to get them to another ring rather than trying to stick around in Plymouth just to keep his starting job.
Yeah, I mean, like, the thing with Plymouth, right, as we do get to see the first free throw being made and the second one not going to be good this time as Turner does get the rebound and Summers bringing it up, is that as you get to that point in his career, like, even though that he is, a little bit past his prime, he's still a very, very good player that you can utilize at any point to really kind of be a game changer throughout throughout the season. So it's a good thing for Baltimore to be able to have someone who has that championship pedigree to the team as we get another foul drawn, this time Tara, but it's not going to be on the line. It wasn't a shooting foul, so Montana will still have the rock. Down by 3 as we are under 11 minutes left in the first quarter. And we get a quick pop, and it is good.
Yeah, great shot from Cross there. And I mean, Turner definitely is going to add a dimension to their game. You know, Tia Tara being able to slide over to power forward, that really increases the height of their post defense. But we're going to have to see how they end up going, what their rotation is going to be at the 3 spot. Obviously, Yasina starting here tonight, but they have Carter on the bench, someone who could come in and possibly add a little bit more to that defensive presence down low in the post. Obviously, the other main thing tonight, talk about Spirits without their coach, still serving a suspension for that slap during the preseason. We won't see her for a few more games.
Yeah, and that's going to really kind of change the dynamic a little bit. We already know that the head coach for Baltimore is a very tough cookie. Probably putting that lightly, as we get another layup there for Baltimore, as Tia being able to extend the lead to 3. And it's really going to have to show like what kind of demeanor that this team is really going to have without being able to start the season without their head coach trying to, lead the fray. So the assistant's going to have to do a lot to try and keep these guys into it, as Montana cutting the lead back down to 1 with Birdie, the mid-ranger.
Yeah, and I mean, most of these, besides Summers and Turner, obviously not having, I guess, as much experience with coach to kind of know what she'd say. I'm sure the rest of the team, Yasina, Safira, they'll echo their coach's words for everyone else on the floor. As Blackburn takes the first lead for Montana with that dish down the post.
Yeah, and it looks like the post has kind of been the main go-to for both teams. And as it has really become a really big staple for a lot of teams now, especially when it comes to last year's champions in the Tides, I would like to see a little bit more extending over into the mid-range, maybe perhaps a few three-pointers, as Turner getting to a tough spot. Have this over to Summers, and Summers does get fouled on the way up, as the newcomer really doing his best to get on the line, as he does get the first one.
Yeah, and keep in mind, Blackburn is definitely the starting center for Montana is a bit of a newer age for. As a center, he does have the 3-ball in his pocket and isn't afraid to pull it out. So don't be shocked if we don't see the Timberwolves stretch the defense. I mean, Turner's going to have to be pulled from the post, and that's going to open up so many more lanes for the rest of the Montana Howlers if Blackburn starts getting the 3 going over Turner.
Yeah, but right now, Birdie trying to get something going, but ends up getting stopped. So head over to Cross. Cross going for a tough mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good, but Blackburn able to go and get the rebound over Jake Turner, and will get the lay-in.
I mean, Blackburn early boxing out, getting in position. Turner was late to the post there, and that's going to be something we're going to have to see from Turner, is learning how to, read the defense of this new team. He's built up a chemistry on his old team, and now he's having to rebuild that defensive chemistry because obviously you can speak to it. Knowing when your teammate needs help is something that has to be learned. I mean, they're not always going to verbally call for it.
Yeah, and right now the Howlers trying to go tit for tat, not able to get the basket this time, but Blackburn does get another offensive rebound and will draw the foul against Turner, and that'll be his second of the night.
And foul trouble on Turner early would be a problem, and they might be subbing him out. No, they're subbing Tia out of all of them. That is interesting choice there. And, looking down the bench, I see Andreas Adams Dingo and Ruli Darmawan. I'll get there one day. As two centers that can come in if foul trouble becomes an issue. Ooh, good pump fake from Tia there. But Blackburn able to clean up his defensive mistake.
Yeah, and right now Blackburn doing a very good job of going up against a lot of the bigs right now, as he gets another basket here. Blackburn already 8 points into the game and perfect within the paint.
Yeah, I mean, getting it done already here. We were talking about Reagan's retirement. Ooh, you're talking about threes. Celis going to get that started.
Yeah, first 3 of the game, and that is going to be good there for the Spirits as they do take the lead once again by 1. Very tight-knit as we're getting to the halfway mark of the first quarter. Get an alley-oop pass attempt, but it's going to be knocked out of bounds, but it still will be Howler's ball.
Yeah, very dangerous pass there with obviously trying to go to the hot paw that is Blackburn, but right now can't be giving up the ball, empty possessions with a game this close. It's going to be, I think, a close game all around. And, another reach-in foul. This time Carter. Ramsey coming on the floor, immediately getting a foul is not a great way for the Frog to start.
Yeah, not at all. And really, that's something that you're going to have to look after. As you get another easy open lane there, as Baltimore cuts it down to only 1. Oh, excuse me. Montana takes the lead up to 1.
Well, that was a good inbound play. Cross having an open lane to the basket, and that's again Blackburn's going to pull Turner away from the post. That was a perfect opportunity for Yasina to get a streak going from beyond the arc.
And yeah, she is very well known for her three-point play, as we had a huge block there from Tia Terra, as it does end up going out of bounds. It will still be the Howler's ball. But right now, Baltimore is really making it very known that it's going to be a very tough effort into the paint to really get some points there. But Williamson able to kick that long two there as Montana extend the lead up to 3.
Yeah, that was immediately off the inbound. That was not any kind of shot clock pressure. 16 seconds, they could have drawn up a play, but no, Williamson gets so wide open off the inbound. And the Wallaby is so quick with the trigger on his shot that unless the defense is on him, he's going to get an open look. And Baltimore at least staying stride for stride, answering back right away.
Yeah, for sure, as both are averaging around 55%, Baltimore with 50 and Montana with 58, as we are getting down to that 5-minute mark of the first quarter. Williamson with the rock, gets the screen from Blackburn, tries to lay it up. Not going to be good this time as Terra gets the board. Now Dennis has had a little bit of a hot hand earlier in this quarter. Let's see if he makes some noise here. Trying to go for a little bit of ISO. Instead, hands it over to Terra, who hands it over to Yasina. Yasina having a difficult time. Hands it up to Summers. Summers going to have to go for a tough long two, and it's going to be good and draws the foul. Dennis Summers doing an excellent job here offensively as he gets another score to bring up Baltimore up 2.
Yeah, I was getting really worried of what Baltimore was going to look like without Eliza May DuPont getting traded away. And Summers, at least, he's getting it done with his own paw, but I want to see him complementing the rest of the team and getting them involved as well. I've seen him be able to score now on his own, but now I think he needs to start showing that he can integrate and help the team scores. Ooh, Dunbrock going to intercept that pass there.
Yeah, bad pass there from the Howlers, and now Baltimore has a chance to extend this lead to possibly get 2-position gain, depending on what they do here. As Summers, once again with the rock, does get the screen from Tia, goes for the 3, and it's going to go in and out, but Terra does get the board and cleans it right back up. So now Baltimore up by 4 as we hit to the 4-minute mark. Now Callum dishes it over to Gazaki, and that's going to be good.
Yeah, good play from the rookie there, getting open, driving to the post. First basket of his career, knocked away early.
Yep, it's good to go ahead and get that stride going, especially coming off the bench as a rookie. You get a chance to really take your time to learn from a lot of the starters. And right now we do see a quick pass over to Gazaki. Who hands it over to Garina Jr. Garina going for a mid-range. It is good. So now we're tied up 20 apiece with just about 3 minutes left in the first quarter. Both teams really doing a very good job going tit for tat.
Yeah, and Garina Jr. coming in after playing 1 year in Baltimore, now getting to face off against his former team here day one. See if he has any, I don't know, I don't want to call it retribution for not offering him a good enough contract to come back to the team that he was on. Ooh, and alley-oop, missed time there. Sunshine gonna clean it up and get the end around.
Yeah, makes no fall, cleaning up what could have been a disaster possession there, as Montana does take the lead up to 2. And right now, we'll see if they're able to try and clean this up on the other side here, as Baltimore trying to answer back, but it's not going to be good this time from Tia, as Dunbrook gets the board. And now Sunshine try to make it rain and go for a tough mid-range, and it's going to be good. It looks like Baltimore were trying to get a charging foul, but it wasn't going to be there for them.
Marcus, do not make that pun, please.
I'm not going to.
You just did it.
I mean, look, all right, it's there. I'm in the zone as Baltimore scores. As again, Dennis doing a really good job with 13 points.
Sunshine makes snowfall. That's the name, at least, instead of turning it into a pun.
Well, what do you want me to do? It is a teardrop as we get a mid-range here for the Montana. It's not going to be good this time as Carter Try to go stride for stride, laying it up, and it is good. And right now, both teams really trying to punch in each other's face as we're once again tied. This might be like the 6th or 7th tie so far in the game.
I mean, it's been a very back and forth game. No real run from either team thus far. Kelly calling for the screen. Matched up against Tia now. Blocked! That's the second block from Tia Terra already here tonight, getting it done down low in the post.
Yeah, right now, Tia doing an excellent job getting Baltimore to stay in this. And now they have a chance to take the lead. Yamashita hands it over to Terra. Crowd screaming defense as Yamashita does get blocked. But Dunbrock trying to go for a tough mid-ranger, but there's a foul on Tia on a loose ball, so it will end up being Montana's. I mean, it seems like that was gonna be the case anyways, and we see some mass substitutions coming in on both sides.
Yeah, Summers and Tia had been in for a while, but now that's with her being her second foul, joining Jake Turner with 2. They had to bench Tia, and they might keep Tia and Jake off the floor for a little while into the second quarter, just to avoid risking a third foul early. As I mentioned, they do have center depth available. You don't want to have your centers fouling out game 1 or getting in foul trouble early game 1.
Yeah, that's not really a great sentiment to get called, as right now we do get a call against Bambrick as Montana is able to go ahead and get a chance for an old school 3-point play. And let's see if they're able to get it. Nope, not this time, as Dunbrock does get the board. Now Parker Smith just get over to Alexander, and Alexander finding a way to get to the hole, tying it back up 26 apiece.
Yeah, Frederick Alexander, their rookie acquisition from the draft, getting his first basket knocked away as well. The rookies on both teams getting it done on offense early here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And right now, Jones trying to go for a mid-range, and it is going to be good with less than 10 seconds left in this quarter as Montana is up by 2. We'll see if Baltimore has something written up for this situation, as Parker gonna go ahead and go for a 3, and it's gonna be in and out. So at the end of a first quarter, it's been pretty high scoring so far as the Spirits, are down by 2, 28-26.
Yeah, I mean, it is a very, very close game thus far as we end the first quarter. Montana had the higher field goal percentage, but Baltimore, and honestly, Montana getting away with getting fouled a number of times, so heading to the line for those extra points. If Baltimore can clean up those fouls, I think they can find themselves with the lead here.
Yeah, right now we are seeing some fresh faces here on the court. As Alexander loses the ball there, as we get a turnover, but Brooks accidentally steps out of bounds on the way of getting that turnover. So 2 very not great turnovers on both sides, and we're ending up just resetting everything as Baltimore gets a fresh 24.
I will admit, I think, I don't know if I'd call Jackson stepping out of bounds a mistake, just because he was going for a ball that was going out of bounds either way.
Yeah. But it was just unfortunate because of the fact that it could have been their ball if he just let it run out of bounds. But it is what it is. But Baltimore not able to take advantage of the situation. And so Montana will have a chance to extend this lead here as we get a quick phone up. And it will be good there as Baltimore now up by 4. As we do see 9 lead changes, 4 ties. The biggest lead for either side has been 4. So it has been a very tight contest throughout it. Parker Smith is able to get found in the paint, getting lost in the shuffle.
At 5 foot flat, she is very easy to lose down low in the post.
Yeah, 100%. That's why you got to really keep your eyes peeled for a player like that when they do not have the ball, because you can easily lose sight of them if you're not careful. And right now, Roth trying to get up there, but he defended very, very well. Might have to go back and possibly pass it up, but no, he's still going to commit and does draw the foul against Bambrick.
I mean, Montana's Magnus Open right now has been attack the post and get fouled. I want to see at the end of the game how many fouls they've managed to draw by the end of this half, because now Baltimore has 3 players with 2 fouls on their team. Yeah,
and that's not really something you really want to see here. That probably goes into what we talked about earlier, as Baltimore's head coach is suspended at the moment, so a little bit of sloppy play going over on the Spirit side. And once again, the ball getting loose as Blackburn is able to get the turnover. And so now Montana has a chance to really start expanding this lead, depending on what they do here. They do get a quick screen. Not going to do much out of it. Instead, passes back to Blackburn. Blackburn does go for the three, but it's not going to be good this time. And that's something you got to be very careful of with Blackburn. As we alluded to earlier in this game, he is able to shoot the three if he wants to. And so that can really make it a bit of a trouble if he does get that stride.
Yeah, and I mean, as an opposing center trying to defend a player like that, you know, you're used to just kind of being able to meander around in the post, but now you're having to sprint out to the perimeter. And, you know, it's going to add to the fatigue that they put the big bodies through.
Yeah, and right now, no good there on the side for Montana. So Baltimore is able to prevent a possible 3-possession deficit. We'll see if they're able to try and finally get a basket here, but that's not going to be the case. But Lavoy Williams does draw contact.
Chance to whittle away at this lead.
Yeah, it's been very chippy so far in the second quarter. It's been a very... in the first quarter, it has been very high scoring, a lot of back and forth offensively, but now we're starting to really see a lot of grit between these two teams.
Some more substitutions, and Turner is back in, and I think we might see... Oh, no, they're going to put Carter at power forward. They're going to leave Tiatere out. Keep an eye on Turner, see if he's a little bit passive in his defense or more conservative with how he defends the post. Again, keeping an eye on him with his 2 fouls already in the game. I think Montana might try to exploit that, especially with the hot paw that is Blackburn.
Yeah, Blackburn has had Turner's number for a majority of the game they've been together. So we'll see how that plays as Williamson looking to try to get into the paint, but having a tough time doing so. Doesn't go for a heave, but it's still going to be good regardless. So now Montana once again up by 4. That's the Spirits. We're going to try and cut it up. See a quick pass over to Sellas, who is wide open for 3 and makes it clean.
Hit one earlier, and now another a critical point to bring him back within 1. Keep an eye on Sellas at the perimeter. I mean, obviously, Saphira Kelly can also hit the 3. Haven't seen her come out just yet as Roth not able to convert. Baltimore chance to take the lead back from Montana with a quick basket here, and they do.
Yeah, Yamashita with that basket as they are now up by 1, and they have been down for quite a bit, but now they have the lead once again and really slowing down Montana and quieting down the fans more importantly as well, as we know how rowdy they can get. We get a quick mid-ranger getting tossed up, but it's not going to be good this time. Yeah,
Williamson getting a good screen to get that separation, but now Saphira! Oh, the slug weaving her way down in the post and laying it up and in off the glass. And Blackburn, quick play!
Oh my God! Blackburn answering right back to cut the deficit back down to 1. And once again, both teams are really trying to punch each other in the mouth quickly within the post. As now Saphira trying to get into the paint once again, but will get blocked there by Blackburn this time. As now Montana has a chance to take the lead with a lot of fast pace. Lavoy Williams trying to lay it up, but it's not going to be good this time. Messina with the rebound. So now, Saphira hands it over to Yasina. That's Carter. Lots of passing going on for the Spirits, trying to find some kind of opening. But the Howlers doing very good on defense. So Kelly has to go for a long 3, and it's not going to be good as it hits the side of the rim. Now Birdie hands it over to Blackburn, who goes for a quick dunk. And taking the lead once again is the Howlers. 12 points so far in the game, 5 for 6. He is having the time of his life.
Yeah, they need to make a major adjustment. Turner, someone, and Yasina wide open for 3 again, rattles out. But still had an open opportunity there. Williamson, fast break back, not going to get an opportunity to take a bigger lead for Montana.
Yeah, and right now Carter trying to try for stride, laying it up, but it's not going to be good as both teams trying to pick up the pace a little bit here as Montana, once again, relying on Blackburn, but Blackburn gets blocked. And now the Spirits have a chance to possibly take the lead once again as they finally decide to slow things down a little bit as the crowd yelling defense. And now, Kelly able to go ahead and lay it up and take the lead.
Field goal percentage slowly slipping down, still sticking around an average of 50% for the team's comparatively. But Baltimore, despite having shot worse, finds themselves up here.
Yeah, 100%. And we get a nice block there once again from Baltimore. But the second attempt is not going to be good there. Great defense there from Turner. And right now, Baltimore doing a really good job defensively to keep Montana up their toes to stay in this. And now they have a chance to extend this lead possibly as Turner looking to try and make some noise here in this game. But again, another miss there as Blackburn has really had his number throughout the entirety of this game.
Yeah, it's definitely been in favor of the Timberwolf here early.
Oh,
in a bad matchup, and they're going to just walk it in.
I really do kind of feel bad for Yamashita because, like, you don't want to be stuck with, like, a massive figure like Blackburn all by yourself. But that might get changed real quick as Stella's able to take the lead once again. And now we get our first timeout here from the Howlers as they're down by 1 after that basket, 41-40. And I got to say, this has been a very intense matchup so far throughout the first half.
No doubt. I mean, I will admit, you know, the start of the season is most people are healthy at this point. You know, you're not 70 games into the season where, you know, fatigue is really adding up at the end of the year. So this is really the opportunity to see what these teams can do when they're well rested, healthy, and ready to go.
Yeah, 100%. And that's the kind of thing when it comes to these games, as this is the freshest you're ever going to be in an entire season. Like, take it from me as someone who has played in the league for a very long time. As we get another basket there for the Howlers, taking the lead once again. You know, when the first week is always going to be like, it's the most nerve-wracking, but you really feel a lot more refreshed as Carter goes for a 3, and it's got to be clean. Taking the lead up to 2. But, you know, when you play your first game compared to your 80th game, your body's going to be a little bit battered and bruised here and there, especially if you have been playing for a majority of that time there. I think another basket there from Montana tying it up. So it really kind of goes to show of what these players are able to do with all of their legs being fresh.
Yeah, and Carter, another 3. Baltimore's trying to get it going, and ooh, missed opportunity there.
Yeah, another missed opportunity as Montana has a chance to possibly take this lead outright as Kazaki going for a very tough teardrop, and it's not going to go down this time.
Well, I will say, Baltimore, obviously their game plan's working. They're getting the open looks that they are wanting. There's not falling as often as they would hope, but they will start to fall eventually. This is a gamble that Montana's playing. If they do not shut down that 3 ball, it can come back to bite them at the end, as Kazaki not able to get the basket down low in the post there.
Yeah, especially for a player like Yasina, who is very well known to make some clutch 3s when it matters. That's not a person you really want to leave open and try to challenge at this point. But right now, Baltimore has Yasina wide open for 3 again. And as I said it, draining it here as they are now up by 3 with that basket.
Yeah, and I mean, again, the defense is just biting on some of those attacks to the post. It's leaving people open. The screens, they're not able to get around. Ooh, alley-oop!
Ooh!
Dunking it down. Sunshine.
Yeah, there's a little storm with that Sunshine right there as Carter trying to answer right back. Not a slam, but we'll lay it in. Look, you're going to hear them, okay? They, like, you can't... Don't be mad at me, okay? Like, you know, having fun. And
Someone
as we are having fun here with the mid-range, it's a good game. You know, we got a nice... It's only down by 1. Spirits calling timeout here. Okay, so we can actually talk about this fully. Like, do you not appreciate the punniness of Sunshine Mixed Snowfall?
It's what you turn Marcus. They pay you
What?
they pay you the big bucks for this. Okay, I'm gonna
You
let
know,
you.
I mean, we're here for a fun time. You know, it's a good time. We're enjoying ourselves as Bambrick not making the best pass in the world as Cross ends up taking the easy pick. And now Montana has a chance to take the lead here as Safira, who has made a little bit of noise here and there, instead hands it over to Cross. Cross looking to go for a long two, but it's going to be in and out.
Down low, Dunbrock. The fast breaks for both teams have just been. Again, you're talking about being fresh legs. We have seen so many fast break opportunities going both ways, and I feel like the defense might need to start cheating back, stop attacking the basket for those offensive rebounds if you're going to give up these easy buckets on the other end.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, like, both teams are pretty much set up for a lot of size. So this is a very, like, they both have very similar structures when it comes throughout the roster. So it really kind of goes to be like, all right, we know our strengths and weaknesses. What do we know that can be exploitable on either side? And so far, Baltimore has a little bit of a slight edge here as Tia was looking to possibly go for a shot, but instead will commit to it and will go down.
I think she was trying to draw a bait and maybe try and go for some contact there, but settled on the hook shot and, able to make it work. 5-point advantage for them with less than a minute to go in this half. Can Montana get it back to a one-possession game here before heading to halftime?
Yeah, that is going to be a huge possibility here. So this next basket could be very important as Kazaki having to go for a tough shot of the three, but Dunbrock trying to clean things up, but it's not going to be good this time. Great defense there for Baltimore, not able to give Montana the clean shot after that second attempt. So now they can probably just drain the clock a little bit, and no matter what, they will have a pretty decent lead.
Yeah, I mean, I think they're going to go for a three here, just knowing them, and it's going to be Bamberg from beyond the arc. No good. Tiatera going to clean it up. Oh!
And a foul with 1.8 left in the half. And just like that, Baltimore may end up being in a 4-possession game. And that is going to be the case as Baltimore is now up 56-48.
Yeah, and Cross now with 3 fouls herself. I mean, going into half, she is perfectly at the halfway point of fouling out. So, you don't have to be conservative with her playing in the second half, but if she were to draw a fourth one early going into the third quarter, we might see her bench. But you saw there, Montana actually slipping down below 50% field goal percentage.
Yeah, it's that final stretch that really happened because it was back and forth throughout it until the last 30 seconds that ended up just exploding there for the Spirits. And now they have a pretty sizable lead coming into halftime.
Yeah, and we need other players on Montana to step up. Obviously, Blackburn is having a great night, and they can continue to go back to him down low in the post as long as he's having it. But he has just been too quiet. I mean, between Williamson and Birdie, I need to see one of those two step it up. I mean, Cross now with 3 fouls might have less time on the floor if she draws a fourth one. So someone has to come and pick it up.
Yeah, 100%. And like when you're going over to the Spirits, I mean, you can't really ask for anything better because right now Yasina has been wide open for a lot of 3 points, and she has been 3 for 5, which is really, really huge. And of course, Dennis, who had a really good surge in the opening quarter, he's quieted down a little bit after mostly because he has rested for majority of the second quarter. But I would imagine that both Dennis and Yasina will be that 1-2 punch on the perimeter and possibly even helping in drawing fouls because that's what's getting them to be able to have to not only stay in this game, but also giving them the lead that they have right now as we are getting ready to start the second half for Baltimore with The Rock and having a chance to possibly extend this even further.
Yeah, and I think, obviously Summers getting the 5 for 5 from the free throw line, getting opportunities to put Montana in foul trouble, and a good stop there. Roth matched up against Tiatera, able to stop her. It's going to be a fast break again to Blackburn with the hot paw, coming in immediately to try and whittle that lead down just a little bit.
Yeah, that's probably something that I think Montana's going to do is to continue to try to attack the paint as much as possible, especially to try and get Turner and Tia in a much difficult predicament, as we got a nice block there from Blackburn, picking it up himself, and now really trying to go tit for tat for Turner, but instead hands over to Cross. Cross. Trying to let things play out, and again, hands it over to Blackburn, who has a hot paw. Instead hands over to Lavoy Williams, who has been awfully quiet, going for that mid-range, and it's got to be good.
I mean, already back to 4 here. Montana, you need to answer with something.
Yeah, for sure. And now, Summers trying to go ahead and go one-on-one. Even to get into the paint, but it's got it very well. Has to go for that mid-range, but it's still going to be good. No matter what Cross was doing defensively, it just seems like the Kangaroo has been able to find some kind of moveset to get the separation that he needs to get that basket. And yeah, right now we see a nice mid-ranger going over. As we do see a lot of lead changes, a lot of ties here, but the biggest lead is Baltimore with 8, but now it cuts down to 4. We get a quick block there as Safira does clean it back up, trying to recuperate herself, pulls it back. Calls for the screen, not much done on that one. So instead we'll have to go for a tough shot, and it will be a shot clock violation. The ball did not leave her paw in time, and so that will be an unforced turnover. Safira not having a good night so far, and now Montana has a chance to cut this down to not only a 1-possession game, but maybe perhaps down by 1, depending on if they shoot a 3.
Yeah, that's just a little bit loss of the clock in Safira's head was a little off there. Should have known, even if it was just trying to draw contact to get the ball up. And Williamson able to get the shot in over Turner and drawing the contact. Yes,
and now
the Wallaby is very excited about that.
Yeah, Turner getting the 3rd personal of the night. Williamson doing a really good job drawing that foul and also getting that and 1 opportunity, as they do cut it down to 1. And right now the Spirits are really trying to hold their breath here as their 8-point lead has now dwindled. Now here comes Dennis.
I'm shocked. I'm still shocked Williamson was able to get the basket over Turner and make it. I mean, at least getting the contact was a big benefit.
Yeah, for sure. And now Montana having a chance to take the lead outright after the miss by Dennis. Now Cross. He guarded very well. Hands it over to Blackburn. Now Lavoy has it. Trying to go for a long 2. And it's going to be good. And now, once again, we got an lead change.
I mean, we're back to yeah, Baltimore has to call timeout. They've had a good lead to start, and now it's pretty much gone. They've gone absolutely cold on offense.
Yeah, and really, I think that a lot of it has to do with, like, Montana really just trying to be more aggressive into the paint, trying to do, as I said, attack the basket, trying to challenge Turner and Tia, and obviously that drawing the foul against Turner from Williamson really hyped the crowd up as well. And now the Spirits are a little bit flustered at the moment and having to try and recuperate their game plan and what worked with them in the first half.
And I mean, I'd be shocked if they don't go back to the 3-ball. And charging foul.
Charging foul against Yasina Silas, and now that's going to be another forced turnover and giving Montana an opportunity to extend this lead, possibly to a 2-possession game, depending on what they do.
Yeah, and you could see Yasina was not happy with the call there, but she just to keep her head, don't draw any technical fouls by getting too aggressive against the refs.
Yeah, you don't want to yap too much, as right now Cross does get the screen, going for the pop. Not going to be good, but Blackburn able to clean things up. And right now, Blackburn has really filled into his new role as the starting center very, very well, as Montana up by 3 now, 61-58 with 8 minutes left in the 3rd quarter. Yasina hands it over to Tia, who hands it over to Safira. Kelly gets the screen. Gets the matchup, but gets blocked there as Williamson picks it up. And now Montana gonna go ahead and try to take this lead with Blackbird trying to lay it up for the second chance opportunity, and it's good. And the Spirits once again have to call for another timeout as they now find themselves down by 5.
Yeah, they're not out of it just yet. It is still plenty of time for them to, you know, right the ship. But again, they've gone a couple more possessions without scoring a basket. They're still stuck at 58 points. And now they're going to make a change to the rotation, try and get some fresh bodies who've been sitting on the bench, try and make a change of pace play here.
Yeah, and now Kelly trying to go and quiet things down a little bit as she's able to get the open basket. And now they got it down by 3, but they do need to get some kind of stop in order for the Howlers to calm down the momentum, and that are going to do just that as Turner able to use his body to make that shot much more difficult. As Callum having a bit of a quiet game so far, 4 for 10 with 9 points, and Baltimore is able to cut this deficit down back to 1, and so they have cooled down the momentum, and they can finally get a chance to possibly regroup and possibly try and have the momentum fully be on their side.
Yeah, a couple more defensive stops here, and I'll call it back in their game. But Garina Jr., great second chance, and another one!
Oh my God, Garina with a third shot. Callum going for 3, and it's not going to be good. And Turner finally able to get that, and I gotta say, the Spirits have dodged the bullet there with the amount of opportunities that the Howlers were not able to capitalize on, and they will take the lead after a quick shot, and now the Spirits are up by 1.
Yeah, I mean, they had so many opportunities. They had 3 shots. That's not going to help their field goal percentage, but some of those were some open looks that they are going to want to have back if this game remains close as it has been.
Yeah, for sure. They could have easily been up by 5 at this point in this kind of juncture, but they will be able to take the lead back once again with a quick basket there. And I gotta say, I think this are we close to like 15, 16 lead changes now? Because these two teams have been really going tit for tat here as Dunbrook not able to get the basket this time. So the Howlers once again try to take the lead. Blackburn hands it over to Callum.
I'm just going to go ahead and say, Marcus, we're probably going to have another 20 lead changes at the rate we're going. And ooh, Jake with his 4th foul. Callum, great effort to get that contact against the Fox.
Yeah, right now the guards are really having every way with the Fox right now. As the longtime veteran there might be a debate of whether or not to pull him here with his 4th personal, and it looks like that is going to be the case. No, he's still going to be in. It's going to be a different substitution. So the Howlers are up by 3, but now all eyes are going to be on Jake Turner for the majority of this game, as he needs to be very careful to not draw any more fouls throughout this period, as Kelly, speaking of, will get her first personal after drawing the foul.
Yeah, a little, again, a little bit of booing going on, getting called for for the refs calling that, but, you know, they've been pretty good tonight on calling the contact. As Baltimore back within 1 here with halfway through the 3rd quarter already in the books.
Yeah, and now things are really going to be very interesting here, as right now Garina going into the paint as per usual, but it's not going to be good this time. And right now Turner is out of the game right now, so they're probably trying to preserve him until possibly in the 4th quarter so that he can still play at least somewhat normally and not have to worry about the risks as much. But here comes Little. Trying to get by a defender, but gets blocked heavily there, but Garina will get called for the foul there as there was contact.
Yep, an opportunity to take the lead here from the charity stripe.
And right now, Little will be able to make the first one. So we're tying things up 67 apiece.
Another rookie getting points for their career started.
And hey, you can get them any way you can, whether it's from, you know, a nice fadeaway or even as something simple as this. As the second one does go down, Baltimore with the lead. And I will say, one of the things that has been pretty good, I don't think there really has been any. There's only been one free throw that has been missed so far in this game, as Yamashita will draw a foul here, as Montana will go on the line for 2.
I feel like I swear there's been more than one miss, but I'm gonna let you slide on that.
I mean, I guess we can probably just check the past, but there has been very few free throws missed, at least here, as the first one will go down for Montana, and the second one will come down here. Didn't jinx. So
You tried
Montana
your hardest, Marcus. I know you did.
I did try. I tried my best. I know Castle Curse can be pretty deadly, but it didn't come into effect this time, as Little goes for 3, and it's gonna be good. Now Baltimore up by 2.
You were talking about getting your first points as a step back 3, so you're maybe just a little too late on that. Is Alexander going to get called for the reach in?
Yeah, but right now Brooks. Going in, trying to glide in for the shot, but it's not going to be good this time, as Alexander does get the rebound. And Carter able to answer right back, as now Baltimore extending the lead, and they have a 15-6 run so far, as we're really seeing Baltimore kind of taking control once again. And Montana need to find ways to calm things down a little bit, but they need to get a good shot here, as Jones will be able to get the screen, try to get into the paint, and will drive it down home.
Very close game on the field goal side, is Bambrick not able to get this first one down. Second chance, no good. Dunbrock going to clean it up. The Grizzly Bear able to pull down that board. And Brooks, fast break on the other end, tying it up once again, 73 apiece.
Yeah, both of these teams are just going toe-to-toe with each other, as we're tied 73 apiece with just about 3 minutes left in the third quarter. And right now, pass it over to Carter. Carter, and over to Little. Little going for another 3, and it is good. The Spirits right now utilizing that 3 ball much more effectively compared to the Howlers, and that quiet down the crowd very quickly, as we go ahead and get into the late stages of this quarter. And while things have been very tight, Howlers are really trying to figure out something, as a tough shot not going to go down there for Jones, as again another great defensive effort there for the Spirits really keeps the Howlers on their heels.
I mean, again, you brought the point. The 3 ball has just been working for, and again, back to Little, inside the arc this time, but the rookie catching on fire here, 10 points already.
Yep, perfect on the field goal percentage-wise as well, being the hot hand, and right now Jones laying it up and in to try and at least stop the bleeding a little bit. But as we see the Spirits outscoring the Howlers bench by 9, you got to give a hand to that to Little, as Little has really done a good job utilizing the minutes that he has given.
And Carter getting free there as well, pulling it down and pulling it back up after. And again, Carter also contributing well off the bench. 9 points just in the first half for her. So adding to that already between Little and, alley-oop, missed time there. Out of bounds, turnover Baltimore now with the ball up by 5, a chance to add to it once again.
Yeah, and once again, the largest lead of this game has been 8. Neither team has been up in double digits at all at this point. That could change here depending on if this momentum continues to go on the Spirit side. The crowd still yelling defense. Little.
Well, Montana's forgotten how to play defense apparently, so the crowd clearly is Alexander able to get that basket to fall, pushing it to 7. That is the second highest lead we've seen from either team here tonight.
Yeah, for sure. And now Montana needs to find some kind of answer quickly, because if they don't get this basket, and they're not going to do so, Baltimore might have the biggest lead of the night, as Parker hands it over to Bambrick. Bambrick laying it up, and it's not going to be good.
Yeah, Kazaki, good effort there on defense, able to shut it down from behind. No, Brooks losing the ball. Dunbrock diving for it, but no, it's going to be Alexander coming up with it. Fast break again the other way.
Yeah, right now they are slowing it down a little bit, trying to get things reset. As right now we're seeing a layup, not going to be good this time, and Brooks does get the rebound. And right now Montana's got to be thanking the Stars that they're able to finally get a basket, as they have been very sloppy offensively, but they are still really in a little bit of a panic mode, as they once again are losing sight of this. As Little, who has been playing wonders, gets blocked there, but does get its own miss. And now we get a quick reset here as Baltimore trying to find something going on and will end up getting the basket. And so at the end of 3, we'll see if Montana is able to get the final basket here, and it is going to be the case. And a great way to end the quarter to try and get momentum to come back to your side, as you do get the ball at the beginning of the 4th quarter in the Howlers, as they are now down by 5.
Yeah, I mean, the crowd, you can tell, wasn't even that excited by the fact that Jones was able to hit that last-second shot, but it's a 5-point deficit here. The starters are going to be back in, and I'm not surprised, down by 5, they cannot afford to let Baltimore build up any kind of lead. And we see Turner back on the floor, Tia back on the floor. Maybe see them trying to attack them and get them in more foul trouble and get them out of this game.
That's definitely going to be the plan here going forward if you are the Howlers. But the mid-range is going to be there, but it's not going to be good this time. Not able to take advantage of possibly cutting it down to 1 possession. But now Kelly going to charge right back up and gets the lay in, and it is going to be good. So right now Montana really struggling to try and keep pace, as now Williamson needs to find a way to get by the defense. Will draw the foul against Kelly, and 1, but that's not who you want to foul against, but you'll take it regardless.
You see the Wallaby trying to get the crowd going, get them hyped. 11 points, make that 12 now in the second half. He was quiet in the first. Like I said, we needed one player to step it up to complement Blackburn's performance. Right now, it's been Williamson coming alive in the second half.
And right now, both teams are doing very, very well when it comes to field goals. When it comes to the free throws, as we get another turnover here, and now Montana has a chance to cut this deficit down to a 1 possession, depending on what we do. We are down by 4. 86-82 is Cross trying to go for a quick basket. Not going to get it down, though, but Cross does get her own rebound, and she will get it down.
Yeah, great effort there from the Rabbit down low in the post to be able to get her own miss and put it right back. Now Turner wants to go one-on-one against Blackburn. Not able to get it, but Summers going to clean it up in a high shot. Barely touches the net on the way through. That's how close under the basket he was shooting it.
Yeah, that was a pretty, a very risky finger roll, as basically have to rely on the trajectory of that shot, but it does go down. They do bring it back up to 8. Lavoy Williams going for 3, and that's going to be very much needed. Lavoy Williams, one of the rising stars here in the FBA, has been pretty quiet throughout it, but that was a basket that was very much needed.
Yeah, but you saw Baltimore's had 5 more threes made, and, you know, just the comparison between where they're getting the points from, you have to imagine that Baltimore has so many more opportunities and options available to them. And, ooh, defense comes flying in, not able to block it, but Blackburn will at least pull down that miss. Fast break to Williamson, elevating the Wallabies, going to dunk it down.
And with that basket, that got the crowd really rolling, and now the crowd is going insane, and the Spirits have no choice but to call a timeout, as they have lost a lot of the momentum here, as the crowd just going ballistic after that basket.
Yeah, and you have to wonder, you know, not having their coach here right now to, I'm not even going to say give them words of encouragement, because I don't think that's possible, but to, you know, refocus the team. Having to rely on your assistant coach. Obviously, they're no slouches themselves, but you know that's why you hire your head coach, and is to be that personality, to be that guiding force on the sideline, especially when the going gets tough. As Blackburn going to get called for the foul there. Baltimore heading to the line.
And now Dennis able to go ahead and get the first basket, tying things up. And yeah, right now, I think that's going to be some of the things that we're going to be talking about when it comes to this game is the amount of fouls that has been committed, especially on the Howlers' end, as Baltimore has really, that's kind of one of the main things that has kept them not only in this game, but controlling it at some point, is being able to take advantage of those free throws. And right now, we get a quick block there as Kelly does able to get the turnover. And right now, Safira going for a teardrop, and it's good.
I think she heard you talking about her being a little quiet here. She's starting to pick it up here in the second half. And again, her and Celis are such a risk of being able just to go off anywhere in an alley-oop, but no, you can't throw it over Turner.
There is something that you do not do, and you do not try to do an alley-oop attempt over Jake Turner, but thankfully they were able to stop the fast break opportunity. And so we'll get a little bit of a reset here as Baltimore will still have the ball with 18 seconds left on the shot clock. And now we're going to get a bit of a reset.
I'm not even sure I could throw the ball over Turner if I tried.
Yeah, he like, considering that his wingspan is like 10 feet, I doubt it. Not terrible going to the line for two. The first one, not going to be good. And those are not the ones you really want to miss, especially with how close this game is. Second one, it's not going to be good either. So both free throws from Tiatera have been missed. And now Montana has a chance to possibly tie this game. And Lavoie was thinking about it.
I just want to point out, Marcus, I was right. Montana did miss 3 free throws in the first half.
Okay, well, cry about it, I guess. I don't know. In any case, right now, Baltimore only up by 1. Needs to get a basket to try and get some kind of comfy, and they will do just that. As Williamson trying to bring it up, and Montana has another opportunity to try and tie things up. Williamson. Pass it over to Blackburn. Blackburn heading over to Roth. Roth. To Williamson. And Williamson having to do something with it. Does end up getting fouled by Kelly in the last couple of seconds. But the question is, yeah, they will go on the line for 2. It looked like they were trying to discuss of whether or not it was a shooting foul, but I think it clearly was, so they will give it to him.
Yeah, I think they were trying to decide between Turner or Kelly who was the one who actually got the contact on him, and I think thankfully they called it on the right one, because if Turner had gotten his 5th foul on that call, we might have seen a very angry Fox, because he clearly got all ball on his block.
Yeah, for sure. That would not have been a great opportunity. As Callum is going to make both once again, and now Baltimore's lead is only 1 with just about 7 minutes left of the game. Safira trying to make some noise as she's trying to go for a mid-range, but it's not going to be good there as Blackburn does get the board. Can't imagine. Literally going tit for tat. Does have a good defender on him, and he will take advantage of that full stop with the mismatch. And right now, Rodney Blackburn, 22 points so far in his debut as a starter here for the Howlers. And I got to say, that's a great thing to see if you're a Howlers fan.
Ooh, Tia cleaning up that missed 3 for a clean basket on the way back in.
Yeah, and now the lead once again is back over to the Spirits, and the Howlers will once again have to call timeout, as they are. It's good that they were able to find their way back into this game and take the lead a couple of times, but right now it's just getting closer and closer to be one of those tight-knit matches, Ryan. And I have to say, it has been such a treat here for an opening matchup.
That it has. Both teams absolutely coming out here tonight. Ooh, Turner!
Ooh.
The block down low in the post, and that is why he was brought in, to add to that defensive pressure down low in the post. It's going to be a quick play on the other end by Kelly to get that quick basket to fall. 3-point game here.
Yep, and just like that, a lot of the momentum is going back over to the Spirits. Even if it is small momentum, it's still great to have nonetheless, as now Blackburn hands it over to Lavoie. Lavoie looking to possibly shoot, but this time gets it back up to Cross. Cross looking for the screen. does end up getting some kind of opening, but it's not going to be good there. The Spirits doing a good job defensively within mid-range to prevent those shots from going in. And now the Spirits, once again, have a chance to extend this lead. Tara moves it over to Yamashita. Yamashita hands it over to Summers. Summers. And loses the ball there to Cross. And now that mistake could end up being costly here. As Cross finds Blackburn for the opening and does drive right by Jake and lay it up to cut the deficit down to 1. So now, turn headed over to Yamashita. Get a quick screen there, but it will be an illegal one as Tiatera gets called for the foul. And now it will be Montana's ball to take the lead. And this could scream trouble here for the Spirits if Montana try to continue that momentum going their way.
Well, you saw how upset Tia was, but, she kept herself from being too vocal about it. Again, that cannot afford to draw a technical foul here as Williamson.
Oh, my gosh. Turner with the 5th personal, drawing another foul against Turner as Williamson go on the line for 2, and you have to imagine there's going to be a debate of whether or not to bring him in, but you're going to have to opt to keep him to stay because there's only 5 minutes left of this game.
Williamson might get the player of the game just on getting foul contact. He has been to the line so much here tonight. He might end the game with at least 12 free throws at the rate he's going. And if he can take Turner out, it will literally be a David versus Goliath slaying of the giant if Turner falls to the Wallaby.
Yeah, and right now Turner looking to try and break the century mark first, but there was a difficulty against Blackburn. Hands it up to Yamashita. Yamashita gets a screen. Has to do something with it. Going for a tough mid-ranger is no good, but Tia able to draw the foul against Blackburn. That'll be a second personal, but it's not too much of a stress here as now Tia will go on the line for 2. Remember the last time she was on the line, she missed both.
I was about to say,
so
keep in mind, fouling her might have been the smartest move there, given her struggle last time.
Yeah. Well, she is able to make the first one at least. So the most we can get is a tie here, and that is going to be the case as the second one does not go down. Blackburn with the rebound, and Williamson wide open for 3, and it's going to be good.
The Wallaby has been... Where was this in the first half? We desperately needed this kind of play from him earlier in the game, but I'll take it now, I guess.
Yeah, and right now, Montana looking to try and take away after a clutch 3 like that. And right now, Williamson once again wide open, making it look way too easy. And just like that, the Howlers are up by 6, 105-99 after 2 straight threes from Williamson in the clutch.
I mean, talk about turning on a dime. The game has fallen in the favor of Montana. Momentum is all in their favor, and Tia not able to get the crowd to quiet down. Montana, can you get 3 for 3?
Yeah, right now they are widely able to guard Williamson, but the ball is lost, and the Spirits are able to get the ball right back. The Howlers not able to extend that lead as Baltimore does dodge a bullet, trying to calm the crowd just a little bit here to try and get the lead back into possibly a 1-possession game, or at least down by 4. And Roth with the reach-in foul there with their personal.
Yeah, he's been very quiet this game against Tiatera, not able to really get much going.
You know, Tiatera being a much bigger body can be difficult to try and go tit for tat with her. As right now, Casino with the rock. If there's anybody that could possibly change it on the dime, it is her, but she instead goes into the paint, but it's not going to be good as LaVoy Williams does get the rebound. Cross trying to go for it quick, but it gets blocked there. Great rejection there, as it will still be Howler's ball with 17 seconds left, but that's a great way to try and calm things down a little bit. Right now, LaVoy Williams going over into the screen, trying to pass it up, but it's not going to be good there as Turner gets the rebound. And now Yesenia gets a nice dish there to Tia, and Tia lays it in.
Baltimore finally showing some life after Montana jumped to a 6-point lead. Montana honestly probably needs to slow. Don't take their foot off the gas, but, you know, be methodical in these possessions.
Yeah, for sure. And Lavoie is able to foul Tia Terra. That'll be her 4th personal, but she will stay in the game instead as Yamashita gets to go on the bench. And now Cross has tried to pass it over to Blackburn, but ends up losing the ball there. And now Baltimore has a chance to cut it down to 1 possession, and they will do just that with Summers laying it in.
Oh, Montana is not playing smart right now. They gotta, again, calm down, Montana.
Yeah, these are the type of games that really kind of define which team is which. And we got a nice block there. I believe that was Tia that got her pawn at that time. And now we're seeing Summers with the rock. As Blackburn on it, heads up to Tia, who has a much smaller defender, and she will be able to lay it down pretty easily. Good job by Summers finding the mismatch there as Tia making it look easy, tying it up 105 apiece. And oh boy, this is getting that playout atmosphere in the beginning of the season. You gotta love it.
Yeah, this is a very close game, and a screen to try and get the open look, and it is good. Cross, she's had some struggles here tonight, but she's able to make it fall coming in off the bench. And the crowd is on their feet after that bucket.
Yeah, and you can barely hear anything right now as the crowd is screaming on top of the Long's defense. And right now, they will be able to get a successful stop us Cross, able to intercept it and have a chance to extend this again. And Blackburn will do just that with a dunk.
Great interception from Cross to take that ball away and to get it down the field to Blackburn so quick for that basket down the post. Baltimore probably needs to answer with a 3 here, but no, the ball's tipped.
Oh, ball's tipped. Williamson gets the rock. And now Montana looking to ice this right here and now. As right now, Williamson going up, not going to be good, but gets his own miss. And will get that second chance opportunity to go down with under a minute left. Montana up by 6. And if they're going to stop here, the Howlers are able to escape, but the Spirits will call a timeout and try and regroup and get some kind of answer to find out what they got to do these next couple of possessions, because they need to get a basket no matter what. Has to be most likely be a 3 with how much time that is left, and do whatever they can to intercept the ball. But so many things have to go right by them if they want to have a chance. But it's really looking to be the Howlers game if things continue the way it's going.
Yeah, honestly, that timeout almost feels like just trying to get the crowd to quiet down, because they were not going to stop cheering. Like you said, they have to hit a 3 here really to stay in this game. They have plenty of 3 people available.
Yeah, right now instead they go for Tia Terra, going for a mid-ranger, and it's not going to be good. And that may be all she wrote, as Williamson gets the final dunk to ice it, and that's going to do it.
Yeah.
Ladies and NBs, that's going to be the game, as Baltimore is now down by 8 with less than 30 seconds left of the game. Oh my goodness, what a rush as Tia tries to go for the quick basket. It will be good. So they will be down by 6 again, but you're pretty sure that they're going to go ahead and start fouling automatically, and they will do just that, as Summers will get his first personal of the game. And that will put the Howlers in the bonus as well. And with these next 2 free throws, Cross will be able to finish this up right here and there.
Well, I say it's over. They brought the bench in. I mean, obviously, I don't think Baltimore's going to completely – they're going to let their bench at least take a shot at it, but they're not going to risk injuring their players down by 8 with under 24 seconds left to go. There's no way to really –
Yeah, we've seen crazy things before in this in previous Sports Den casts, but I think we pretty much know this is all she wrote. Very valiant.
Marcus, I have an idea. Inbound the ball, shoot the shot, hit the shot, get fouled. That's a 4-point play.
It's kind of too little too late. They're just kind of holding an offer here. So even with the 3, it's not going to be good. Though Turner does get the rebound. Having the shot at it. Little going for 3. No good. Montana has it. That's the game. 115 to 107. The Howlers able to get the first win at home. And Baltimore will have to start off 0-1.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously, I think Blackburn's going to be the main talking point of the night with 26 points, 12 of 14. But I want to highlight again Williamson coming in that second half. I believe he only had 2 points to start the half and finished above 20. Sorry, finished above 30.
Oh
Uh,
my gosh, man.
Williamson pretty much put up 25 plus points in that second half. He carried them at the end, and especially all those fouls he got on Turner to put Turner
Yes.
in foul trouble can't be
Yeah.
minimized for the Wallabies' efforts here tonight. And obviously, Paul Jones
Yeah.
coming off the bench, 14 points as well.
Yeah, I gotta say this was a really good all-around effort. Really great heroics there for Williamson at the end as we do head over to the Spirits. And right now, you gotta say that there was a lot of great things all around, but Turner absolutely struggled. First time I ever see a zero next to his name at any point in his career. So it's very unfortunate that he did not have the great start that he would like, and it could have been a very different thing if he was able to turn it up.
Yeah, he's definitely had 0 point games before, but like I said, it's not the norm for him. And honestly, it comes down, I think, adjusting to a new team. The team doesn't have the coach to begin with
Hmm.
here tonight. So, and they had a good system running for most of the night. It just fell apart right at the end. As you saw in the second quarter, they really took the lead, and then the third, they held in, and just Williamson in that last little bit
Hmm.
came out and took over, and it was they had no real answer for it, and it just they I don't want to say they fell apart there because again the game was very close the entire way through. They had an 8 point lead. They were never down by double digits. This 8 point deficit they found themselves in was the worst deficit they ever had throughout the game.
Yeah, and I think that that's kind of been one of the exciting things about these two. I mean, like that was definitely a playoff atmospheric game, if I can ever say one. Started things off, but both sides did a very valiant effort. But Williamson's late heroics has been was just definitely astronomical in this, and certainly he is definitely one of those players that will be discussed for player of the game uh this time around. But both teams looking very much like playoff teams starting off, and it's been very exciting to see what an exciting game to start off this season.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to see how the rest of the series goes. As you know, obviously one game down, uh, over 500 left to go for the rest of the league combined. Marcus, um,
Yeah.
any final thoughts before we head off for the night?
Well, all I gotta say is it's been very exciting to see how things go, and I can't wait to see what happens next.
Yep, and tune in next time. We'll see you then.
See ya.